only trying to show that Bill Clinton actually engaged in criminal behavior toward women.
So you think that's good strategy?
Sexually assaulted women, including potentially raped Juanita Broaddrick. I mean, these women should be heard.
They should be heard, but should they be invited to a debate when you yourself said that America is interested in talking about real issues that are important to their lives? I'm not discounting these women's concerns.
Sure, and in this circumstance, I think it was very much fair game, because this was a planned surprise attack on Donald Trump, going at his character, and all he was trying to do is remind a lot of the millennial voters who have no idea about Bill Clinton's past sexual criminal behavior, and he's bringing these women to remind voters of that, and also so that they can't be ignored by the media.
Well, here's the thing.
Bill
Clinton, here's the thing, Congresswoman, I just want to ask you about this, because you ran for president, and you know what it's like to be a woman running for president. In fact, you've expressed sympathy for some of the things that Hillary Clinton is going through running for president in the past. My point is, Hillary Clinton is running for president, not her husband, Bill Clinton. Do you really think that by attacking by continuing to talk about these past infidelities, that will win over many of the women voters that Donald Trump, frankly, really needs to win at the moment?
Well, I think really it's going to depend on Hillary Clinton's team, what they want to talk about. If they want to bring up like 11-year-old videotapes on Donald Trump, I think you're going to see a Donald Trump who's going to fight back in the same venue. So it really is going to be up to Hillary. I think that what all of us would like to see is more talk about Obamacare and the disasters that are happening in Syria right now, the tragedies over there, and also with our economy. That's really what we would like to be talking about, but then it really will be up to the Hillary Clinton team to make sure that there aren't these sort of videos and things that are coming out, because Donald Trump will respond in kind. Why shouldn't he?
All right, Michele Bachmann, thank you so much for joining me this morning. That's former Congresswoman Michele Bachmann joining me. So let's talk about what she just said. I want to bring in CNN senior political analyst David Gergen, Jackie Kucinich, she's a CNN political commentator and Washington bureau chief of the Daily Beast, and Jason Johnson, politics editor of TheRoot.com. Welcome to all of you. Okay, David, lots to unload this morning, right? So there's this civil war again brewing within the Republican Party, and you heard Congresswoman Michele Bachmann say, you know what? Paul Ryan started it. Donald Trump is justified in fighting back. And one more thing, if Hillary Clinton continues to bring up these tapes from 11 years ago, Bill Clinton's infidelities is fair game.
Well, we're just in extraordinary times. When the nominee of a party attacks the highest-ranking member of his own party, you know, Paul Ryan is the highest-ranking elected Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Paul Ryan basically disassociates himself from the Trump campaign. You then have, this is a titanic clash, and one that's only guaranteed to reduce Republican chances in November. Because so many voters are either going to be disenchanted or they're going to revolt or do whatever, no one knows what. But I just want to say this. You know, Michele Bachmann and others are now basically accusing the Republican leadership, especially Paul Ryan and some others, of being disloyal to them. The question can be reversed, and that is whether Donald Trump has ever been loyal to the Republican Party as a party, and to the other members who are running on, allied with him. You know, right from the beginning, he started chasing off Hispanics from the Republican Party. He started chasing off, African Americans from the Republican Party. He started chasing off college-educated people, and more recently, he's now been, chasing off women. It's not just this tape. It is, of course, a string of things, going back to Megyn Kelly and including a Miss Universe, that have indicated to a lot of American women voters a man who is disenchanted with women, or at least just treats them dismissively and as objects and something he's entitled to. So if you look at that, that's doing enormous damage to the Republican Party, damage that is going to long outlast this campaign. And he doesn't seem to give a damn.
Wow, that's strong, David. So, so Jackie, I always wonder, Donald Trump picks fights, but do you think he ever sits back and says to himself, what is this doing to the Republican Party? How is this affecting voters out there? How is this affecting young people who perhaps have just, gotten involved in the political process and have kind of good thoughts about it as of yet? Does he ever do that?
It doesn't seem like that because, I mean, let's remember, Donald Trump wasn't necessarily affiliated with the Republican Party. He wasn't a creature of the Republican Party. So, because he's never been elected to public office before. So why should he have any loyalty to them? You saw this throughout the primary. They would try to wrangle him and talk to him as he started going further and further in the process, and he would not be wrangled. So I don't know that he thinks like that. When you put that against Paul Ryan, who this time of year has one job: to keep the Republican majority in the House. And when he sees, when members are coming to him saying, people aren't going to vote for me now because of what Donald Trump has said, because we are allied with this person who doesn't represent the values of that district. Now, I'm not saying that across the board. There are a lot of different districts that are very red, that are very big Donald Trump supporters, but that's not cross country. And so if Paul Ryan is looking at the spread saying, okay, I'm going to lose a lot of members because of what Donald Trump said, he's got to protect his members before the Republican nominee.
So, see, Jason, this is such an unusual year. It's even hard to come up with, because, any question I would ask you that would pertain in previous elections wouldn't apply, right? Because I really don't know what's going to happen next. Do you?
No, I don't. And honestly, Carol, after the debate, I spoke to a couple of members of the RNC, and they talked about how difficult this tension has become. They have said that in some instances, they're literally hiding from members of the Trump campaign. They have events they want to go to. They're being told in central Georgia and Florida and Ohio, the RNC can come, but don't bring Trump. And then some Trump people are hearing, well, you can come, but you can't bring members of the RNC. And when you have that kind of tension, look, you cannot stand with a House this divided. And there's every reason to believe that part of this really stems from Donald Trump. You can't run as an outsider with antipathy for the elites and then assume those elites are going to come and help you out at the end. And this is going to be a real problem that extends far beyond the election. Whether Trump loses big or whether he loses small, it's going to be a problem.
All right, you guys stick around, David Gergen, Jackie Kucinich, and Jason Johnson, because we have a lot more to talk about. I'll be right back.